Have you ever felt guilty for eating dessert or told yourself you'll make up for it by skipping meals or exercising more? That's not just personal discipline, that's diet culture talking. Diet culture is so deeply woven into our society that many of us don't even notice it. But behind the glossy images of health and wellness, diet culture has a darker side, shaping how we see our bodies, our self-worth, and even our mental health. Hi, my name's Andan, your host for Speed Source, a series produced by WSDC Team Malaysia that helps you understand general knowledge in bite-sized content. Today we're diving into diet culture, where it came from, how it impacts our lives, and why movements like body positivity are pushing for a healthier and more inclusive future. So what is diet culture? At its core, diet culture is the belief system that equates thinness with health, beauty, and even morality. It shows up in how we label foods as good or bad, how we judge bodies based on size, and how we tie our self-worth to the number on a scale. In other words, diet culture isn't just about food. What? It's about power, control, and social expectations. This obsession with thinness isn't new. In the early 20th century, the rise of the fashion industry and media glorified slim bodies as the standard of beauty. But it wasn't just about aesthetics. It was about reinforcing social norms and patriarchal values, especially for women.
Oh, God.
Their bodies became objects of scrutiny and control. Research even shows that girls as young as 6 years old begin worrying about their weight. Damn! Which shows how early these pressures take root. Four main ideas keep diet culture alive. First is thinness equals health, an oversimplification that ignores genetics, lifestyle, and overall well-being. Next, there's moral judgments about food, where eating salad makes you good and eating cake makes you bad. And then there's weight stigma. People in larger bodies often face discrimination, even in healthcare settings. And then there's obsession with control, the belief that strict dieting can completely control body size, often leading to disordered eating. These ideas create an environment where food becomes the enemy and bodies become battlegrounds.
Oh, no.
So what are the mental health impacts? The pressure to chase unrealistic body standards has serious consequences. What? Studies show that young people who engage in moderate dieting are 5 times more likely to develop an eating disorder.
No.
For those who go on extreme diets, that risk jumps to 18 times more.
Huh?
Diet culture feeds anxiety, depression, and body dissatisfaction, pushing people toward harmful behaviors like calorie restriction or excessive exercise. Instead of promoting health, it creates a cycle of shame and guilt. And here's the irony. Dieting often backfires.
Huh?
Research finds that 95% of dieters regain the weight within a few years. Many also face increased risk of heart disease and insulin resistance from repeated weight cycling.
We have a problem!
On top of that, restrictive eating can cause nutritional deficiencies. By normalizing deprivation, diet culture teaches people to ignore their body's natural hunger cues, leading to disordered eating patterns rather than long-term health.
That's an interesting way of putting. That makes sense.
And let's not forget about the money. The diet industry thrives on insecurity, raking in around $30 billion every year in the US alone. It's a cycle that profits from people feeling unworthy. The worse people feel about themselves, the more money the industry makes.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
But the good news is, things are starting to change. The body positivity movements are challenging diet culture by promoting self-acceptance at every size. Woohoo! They remind us that health is holistic, encompassing not just physical, but also mental and emotional well-being. Approaches like intuitive eating are gaining momentum. Instead of following rigid food rules, intuitive eating encourages listening to your body cues, eating when you're hungry and stopping when you're full, and choosing food that feels nourishing.
I like it. That's genius.
So here's a question for you. When you think about your own relationship with food and body image, do you see traces of diet culture in your daily life? And what would it look like to replace that with self-acceptance? In conclusion, diet culture isn't just about diets. It's a deeply ingrained system that affects mental health, physical health, and even the economy. While it has historical roots in power and beauty standards, it continues to thrive today, often at the expense of well-being. But there's hope. By questioning these harmful beliefs and embracing more holistic, inclusive approaches to health, we can start dismantling diet culture and create a society where self-worth isn't tied to size.
Okie dokie then.
Well, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning into Speed Source. If you found this video insightful, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comment section down below. We'll be exploring more topics like this in future videos, so stay tuned. Bye!